All right, now we're really back. On this video, I'm going to tell you the three things and ways that you can make money using paper. Remember in the last video I talked about lenders selling off their paper on the secondary market. Okay? The reason they do that is to get the money back so they can loan it out all over again. Now, private sellers, on occasion, also carry back paper. They, too, can sell that note on the secondary market. Now, why would a seller sell a note? Well, let's think about it. He's getting small monthly payments over a long period of time, and you come along and you say, hey, guess what? I can give you a lump sum of cash instead of that small monthly payment. Let me give you an example. The lottery. People across the country play the lottery, and let's say that they win the lottery. They win, let's say, $30 million. And let's just for grin say they get $1 million a year for 30 years. Some folks don't like that. What they would rather get is they'd rather get a lump sum now. Well, the problem is if they get a lump sum now, the time value of money, which says money is worth more today than it is in the future, dictates that instead of getting the $30 million in one lump sum if they want it, they're only going to get about $15 or $16 million now, and that doesn't even include Uncle Sam. So the time value of money says money is worth more today than it is in the future, and that is why mortgages, especially private ones, are bought and sold at what's called a discount. Okay, we'll get into discounting in just a few minutes. Just keep in mind that private sellers have a chance to sell their mortgage on the secondary market, as do lenders. Now, how do you make money? Actually, there's three ways for you to make money. We're going to go through all three in this series. Number one, you go out and you find a note. You can flip that note to an investor like my company, SMI Funding. Here's what happens. You go out and you find someone who has carried back a note, say a private seller who's carried back a mortgage, and I'll show you how to find these mortgages in a few minutes. You go out and you find someone like that and you say, hey, Mr. Seller, I got a great deal for you. Instead of those small monthly payments you're going to get over a long period of time, how would you like a lump sum of cash right now? And the way that flipping works is you're going to get and gather some information, which I'll teach you how to do. You're going to send it to a company similar to mine or to my company. We're going to give you a price. And you're going to subtract the difference between the price I give you and the price you give the seller. So theoretically, if I were to give you 50 grand and you wanted to make 2 grand, then you would offer 48,000 to the seller. So number one way to make money with the note business is by flipping notes. And that's what you see on TV and all these guys that are pushing the note business, is they're teaching you how to flip notes. But there's two other ways to make money. Flipping is only one. Number two, and this is the part that I absolutely love, and that is invest in paper for high yields. I'm going to show you how to make yields of 20% or greater. In fact, what's really cool about this is I'm going to dispel, there's a certain myth out there that I want to dispel. And the myth says this: the higher your rate of return, the higher your risk. I'm going to show you a way to figure that the higher your rate of return, the lower your risk. So keep that in mind when it comes to investing, and also write down next to investing that you can make returns of 20% or more, and again I'll show you in this series how to make returns up to 75%. The third thing that I absolutely love about paper, and the third way to make money, is to control real estate. You don't have to own it. Remember the banks? The banks are the ones that have those big, beautiful penthouse suites on the top of the big buildings downtown, or they may own the whole building. Why do you think they do that? Because they control real estate. See, they don't own it. When you borrow money from the bank, they don't come clean out your toilet at 3 o'clock in the morning if it's plugged up on a Saturday, but they own the paper. In fact, they control your equity, because if you don't pay their debt, then they can come foreclose on your house and take your equity. So I like to say he who controls the debt controls the equity. And we're going to show you, actually I show you more, not only in this little series, but I'll show you a lot more in my workshop, how to control real estate by owning the paper.